Hi friends, Steve here in Palm Springs, California, and I'm standing in front of one of the most historic sites here in the city. This is the famous Racquet Club. It opened 85 years ago on December 15th, 1934. And the city of Palm Springs wasn't even incorporated until 1938. So the Racquet Club here really helped put Palm Springs on the map. Sadly, it's abandoned today, as you can see. It was opened by actors Farrell and Ralph Bellamy, and they invited all their Hollywood celebrity friends down to play tennis. They were tennis buffs, and back in the day, tennis was the big sport here in the desert. And even though pretty much every A-list movie star stayed here back in the day, the thing that really makes this site so historic and so memorable is that this was where Marilyn Monroe was discovered back in 1947. She met William Morris' talent agent, Johhny Hyde, here at the pool, and he was smitten and decided to turn her into a star. She'd been in a few movies and bit parts before she met Johhny Hyde here at the pool, but mostly she was just modeling in Hollywood. She hadn't really been discovered yet. He was one of the biggest Hollywood talent agents at the time and is known for discovering some of the biggest names in Hollywood, and he took a liking to Marilyn and helped get her signed to a 7-year contract with 20th Century Fox. The sad thing is, he left his wife for Marilyn. He proposed marriage, but she turned him down. And sadly, just a few weeks after he signed her to contract with 20th Century Fox, he died here in Palm Springs from a heart attack. Now, I wasn't able to find out exactly where he died. I'm assuming it was here in one of the bungalows here at the Racquet Club, but I wasn't able to verify that. So if any of you know for sure, please let us know down in the comments section. It would really be interesting to know exactly where he died. And according to the stories, Marilyn was blamed for his death. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I can kind of guess what people were thinking. He was quite a bit older than her at the time, and if they were shacked up here in their love nest, it wouldn't be the first time that an older man died in the arms of a beautiful younger woman. I'm not sure if that's what happened, but I'm just guessing. Hopefully one of you will know. I'm pretty sure that when the club first opened, it was exclusive and not open to the public, but by the 1960s and 70s, my grandparents and their friends were members here of the Racquet Club, and I used to come here once in a while with them for lunch, and you would spot lots of celebrities still, but by the 70s, I believe that's when it started to decline. I don't know exactly when it went out of business, but on July 23rd, 2014, nearly all of the structure was burned to the ground in a fire. And what remains here has been standing here just like this since then. It's been abandoned, but I saw a sign over here that it looks like it's in escrow, and I believe they're probably going to tear down what remains and build condos or townhomes here, which is very sad to lose this history. I hope they do something to at least memorialize the importance of this building in the history of Palm Springs. It pretty much put Palm Springs on the map. Now, Charlie Farrell is buried here in Palm Springs in the downtown cemetery, a very tiny cemetery that I've visited before. If you remember the TV show My Little Margie, he played the father. He was the star. Gail Storm played his daughter. Now, Ralph Bellamy was very popular in the movies and on TV for decades, and I remember him best, I think, for his role on the classic movie Rosemary's Baby. I also remember him from the classic movie and his very last movie, where he co-starred with Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. That was his final film. So are any of you Ralph Bellamy or Charlie Farrell fans? And did any of you know that these two actors were pretty much responsible for turning this once tiny little desert town into the playground of the Hollywood stars? Charlie Farrell and Ralph Bellamy are probably not remembered today by as many people as they should be, but Marilyn Monroe seems to be more popular with every passing year, especially here in Palm Springs. In 2011, sculptor Seward Johnson created this 26-foot tall sculpture of Marilyn Monroe from her famous pose in the movie 7-Year Itch, and this giant statue arrived in downtown Palm Springs in 2012. It was placed on the corner of Tahquitz Canyon Way and Palm Canyon Drive, and tourists came from all over the world once again to discover Marilyn Monroe. Even though the title of this larger-than-life art piece is Forever Marilyn, it only remained in downtown Palm Springs for 2 years and moved on in March of 2014. Last year, in late 2019, Palm Springs Mayor Robert Moon announced that Marilyn was returning in 2020, and this time forever. Then the pandemic hit, and everything has been on hold since then. If and when she does return, I'll let you know here, just in case you missed visiting her the first time. This week, I'd like to thank my latest Patreon supporters, Patriot1, Johhny Kaufman, I sure hope I pronounced that correctly, if not, let me know, and Mary. Thanks everyone for your generous contributions and for making future trips like this one possible. I also want to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel and helped it grow in that way as well. Until our next trip down memory lane together, happy travels everyone.